It is that time. The IRS wants its money, guys. Yeah. So after last year's delay to the start of tax filing season, we're back to a normal filing period for 2022.
We are, yep.
We are. So experts say that you might want to take advantage of the earlier start we have right now. Good morning, local financial professional Brad Allen from Drake & Associates joining us this morning. So I really want to know, there are 5 reasons that we should be filing our taxes early. Let's get started into it. So I want to first go into the perks of filing early.
Yeah, everybody's favorite time of year, right? So the first one is a faster refund. If you file earlier, it's the best way to get a refund a little bit quicker. Last year, the average refund was $2,775 per person, and that's an 11.2% increase from the year prior. And that helps out a lot with COVID and the economy the way it is and these kind of things. So the earlier you file your taxes, the sooner you're going to get that refund. And what I always say is that filing electronically is the quickest way to get your money. And you can sign up for a direct deposit as well. Direct deposit's going to be maybe a little bit safer. You're not getting a check in the mail, but it's also going to get to you a little bit quicker. So faster return or refund is important. And the second one is more time to pay what you owe. A lot of people find that they owe money at tax time. And if you file too late, you don't really have the time to save that money up that you owe, especially if it was a surprise. So the earlier that you file, you can save that money up. And just remember, if you do owe money and you file an extension for your taxes, the money that you owe is still due April 15th. So you can't get an extension on that. If you think you owe money, the earlier you file and start saving for that, it's going to make it easier for you. Right. And then number 3 is preventing identity theft. That's a major issue, well, that's right? A good point, yeah. According to the IRS, almost a quarter of Americans waited until the final 2 weeks last year before April 15th deadline to file their taxes. And procrastinating, it could lead to theft. It could lead to, the IRS only gives you one tax return per Social Security number per year. So if you get it done early, that's going to avoid any kind of identity theft or those kind of things. And if you have been victim to identity theft or tax fraud, on our website, wealthwisconsin.com, I do have a link on there on how to file a report on that.
There you go. And it's, we think about it as a refund. I mean, it's your money, right? It's money that we've overpaid. So you should get it back as quickly as possible and then let it start working for you instead of sitting, as an interest-free loan for the government.
Absolutely. You think of the time value of money. The sooner you get that money, maybe you can put it into an IRA or a retirement account or a non-qualified account. Get that money working for you, and you're going to be better off that way. And you can eliminate costly mistakes too. What I've found is that if you wait too long, you start to rush things. And when you start to rush things, you make mistakes on spelling or number mistakes on your return, and that could be costly in the long run. The other thing to think about, too, is if you file, with some of these programs that are out there, TurboTax or those types of programs, you have to realize, too, the closer that you get to the deadline for taxes, the higher the prices for those programs. So if you do it early, you're going to pay a little bit less for that as well. Just keep more money in your pocket.
There you go. And let's talk a bit about some of the last-minute expenses that can creep up. I mean, I guess you just did there once with the software going up in price.
Yeah, I mean, the software is a big one. And even, sometimes it can be hard if you have a tax professional, if you have an accountant or a CPA or your financial advisor is helping you in retirement planning for taxes, those kind of things. It can be hard once it gets closer and closer to tax time. It could be hard to get on their schedule, right? So the earlier you start planning for these things, the easier it's going to be to make sure you're not making those kind of mistakes, make sure that you're getting the best possible payment. And I'll tell you what, I work a lot in retirement, and this time of year, tax returns and things like Roth conversions, or there's a lot of tax strategies out there. And if you are in retirement or getting close to retirement, a lot of people find themselves in a very high tax bracket in retirement, and there are ways to avoid that. So tax planning is not just for this year, it's not just for next year, it's looking ahead down the road too. What can I do today that's going to have a big impact later on down the road? So work with your financial advisor, your tax professional on, not only our tax return this year, but tax strategies for going forward as well.
Great points, lots of benefits there, Brad. Before we go, I do want to just touch on why people could maybe consider waiting to file their taxes if that is a situation.
Yeah, waiting to file is okay sometimes, maybe not waiting to file or maybe get everything together early on and be ready to go. But a lot of times if you're getting money back or if you do owe money, that time value of money, right? If you're going to take the money you owe from an account that's in the market, if you wait till April, you have all this time from now until then where the money's going to sit there and grow in the market, hopefully, right? We don't know what the market's going to do, but over time, you're going to get more out of it by keeping a bigger number in there, and then you can make that payment in April. But everybody's a little bit different. My recommendation is work with somebody, ask these kind of questions. What's best for me and my family, and what can I do going forward that's going to have the biggest impact?
Brad, thank you so much.
Good.
There's a lot of factors, especially this year with the pandemic and stimulus and all sorts of things. So it's wonderful to just kind of clear those up and give us some tips. Brad, thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, thanks. Hopefully we saved a few folks some money, or at least get you a reminder to jumpstart your tax planning.